Why did you become a property agent? I hear that question quite a lot, and I decided to do a video about that today. And to answer this question, why did I become a property agent all those years ago? It was quite a long time ago, and the short answer is that I saw my aunt making a lot of money selling houses, and it was 2008. I just finished my NS. When I came out of NS, right, I was involved in MLM, and I struggled a lot. I lost all my friends to MLM, and after that, after I stopped MLM, right, I didn't know what to do. So at the time, right, I was just sitting at home and looking at my mother. My mother was taking care of all of my siblings and me myself. And growing up, we were not very well to do, so I took up the responsibility of looking after my siblings because I was the eldest and my father wasn't in Singapore. So in those days, my mother was working two jobs, and I was thinking of taking care of her. So that was my main motivation. And one day it just so happened that I met my aunt on the way to Bodo MRT, the old Bodo interchange, and she met me and she asked me, what are you doing? And I told her nothing. I don't know about anything because I just finished national service, and I didn't want to talk about MLM so much. So I asked my aunt what was she doing here. She said she was on the way to a viewing, and then she was a real estate agent. And she shared with me her figures, what was she doing at the time, and I was quite impressed. I was quite impressed that she was making a lot of money. She was making six figures, and to a young guy, 23, 24-year-old guy, just out of NS, just failed in MLM, six-figure income was very, very motivating. And it was, in a way, it was the answer to a lot of issues. It could, if I could make that much money, I would be able to solve a lot of problems, right? So that was why I decided to join her. So she introduced me to someone who would go on to become my upline, and from there, basically, I became a full-time real estate agent, right, with PropNext. So now I just joined as a realtor, right? So it was a brand new opportunity, and I wanted to have a better life. I wanted to avoid working so hard because I saw my mother working very hard. She was working very, very hard. She was working long hours, and I didn't want that. So I thought that real estate is going to be a shortcut, and that was me before I joined. And after I joined real estate, what happened was it was totally different. The reality was totally different, and when I tried to sell houses, I struggled a lot. I couldn't sell anything. I couldn't do any deal for the first 8 months of my career, and I was like, this not the right way to start anything, right? And it is one thing to be impressed by someone who's making a lot of money, but for me, right after I got started in real estate, right after I started, doing a few deals, it took me 8 long months just to earn $750, and for the whole year I did less than $1,000. So it was very, very demoralizing, and basically I ended up not solving my original reason to join real estate, and it wasn't fulfilling. That means originally I wanted to give my mother a better life. I wanted to be a better son. I wanted her to stop working so hard, right? And yet here I was after 1 year, not doing much and struggling a lot to close deals. So I realized that real estate was a tough job, and I saw my upline, I saw everyone else, even me at the time when I joined. Right, 80% of my colleagues, those who joined together with me, quit very fast, and I was one of the ones who stay stay on. I was the one who stayed longer, right? And then I realized that, at the time, 10% of realtors, the top 10% of property agents made 90% of the money, right? And it's still true today, right? So that was a long time ago. And then I was when I saw that I couldn't make money, right? That made me very depressed, right? And not only that, because I didn't have enough sales experience, I thought that my mentor could be someone who could guide me, but that wasn't the case right now, right? So and to make matters worse, me myself as a person, right? I am an introvert. I'm a shy guy, and as a shy guy trying to sell houses to strangers, I was terrified. I was honestly terrified. I couldn't get the guts to approach strangers, right? Because you need to sell house, so you need to be talking to as many people as possible, right? That was what I was taught at the time. And then, so I was in deep trouble, right? And I started looking for answers. And one day, in my mother's kitchen, I was looking around, I was searching for answers, and I came across Dan Kennedy. And that is where things started to make sense to me, that, I shouldn't be the one doing all the calling, all the prospecting, and all the chasing, right? And Dan Kennedy showed me a better way, and the better way was actually getting the prospects to chase me instead of me doing all the chasing, right? So, uh, when I learned that, when I applied that in my career, that was the true start of my career. And from that point on, I was making money because I had an overflow of leads, right? So that was why I